Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is going to be the third episode of Good Witch. It is called The Delivery, and it looks like they are going to help Martha throw a baby shower because of course her daughter Claire is pregnant. So the first two episodes we found out that there's some sort of family mystery with the Merrywick women that they need to solve, and so of course we're going to learn a little more about that. Has something to do with Joy, and so I'm excited to see that. Also, Stephanie decided she did not want to get back together with Adam, which I'm kind of peeved about because I know how much she loved him. But I don't think they're done. I think there's going to be something else that goes on with them. But I hope you are ready to join me. Let's get started.
Previously on Good Witch.
And this place is great.
But it could be greater.
Well, if you're looking for greater,
And you're hired.
The mama-to-be is going to be bunking at Casa del Tinsdale.
I just wish he didn't have to work so much.
to stay on top, he's got to stay on the road. Tasting Grace?
She misses everyone.
Are we going to see Grace?
The last time my mom, Dad, and I were together.
Just sold her flower shop. Oh boy. She said they got more than that. I just sold it. So either she got an offer she couldn't refuse, or they went above her head and bought it out from under her. Which, if they did that, that's pretty shitty. I think it's funny how they're setting it up that Cassie thinks Grace isn't coming home when we saw her name there in the cast. So we know that she is going to appear. She's either going to appear in person or it's going to be virtual. I remember on Sunday, Catherine Bell did like a live Instagram and Bailey Madison was on it. And I only peeked in for like a minute. But I remember thinking to myself, like, gee, I wonder if we're going to see Bailey. And she commented about wanting to come back to the show, and I was kind of like, yeah. So it's nice to see that we're going to see her in some form. If we get a Halloween special this year, I'm hoping that she will be in that. Because my guess is if they go ahead and film it, they'll probably film it like next month or the month of August. And so if they do, it'd be perfect, you know, because she will be home from school. She can go ahead, film it, and then head back. So I'm definitely happy to see Bailey Madison back on the show, even if it's just for one episode or so. Now I hope we'll get Nick. We saw Nick a couple times last season, and no Bailey, and so hopefully then Nick will make an appearance. If he doesn't make an appearance this season, again, hopefully Halloween special. So let's keep going. So I saw on social media that Good Witch is going to have an LGBT couple, which is good timing considering that it's Pride Month. And that's going to be pretty awesome. And it looks like it's going to be Joy. Now, we've seen her have crushes on a couple of men. There was one last season, and I was thinking maybe her and Vincent earlier, but now it looks like it could be her with the firefighters. So, if that's the case, and we'll obviously see how the episode goes, but if that's the case, then that's pretty awesome that Good Witch would go that route. If it's not Joy and the firefighter, which, as I said, looks like it's going that route, I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be Grace. Like maybe she would come home and say, hey, guess what, I'm gay. And then they take it that way. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. So Stephanie could be dating the French teacher. Gotta say, even though I'm kind of peeved at Adam, I'd really like her to get back with Adam. And maybe it will. Maybe it's going to end up being a bit of a love triangle. You know, her having to make a decision between the French teacher and Adam. So yeah, let's keep going and see what comes next.
C'est bon? Not bad. Your first lesson, you guys just learned a recipe for a creme brulee that can really only be described as...
Actually, if you could just interrupt for a second, I would hold off on using the, chef's kiss is, thanks for the positive advice. Yeah, anytime.
right, so we know what the romance is going to be. Definitely Joy and Taylor. You can kind of tell from the way they've been talking and flirting. So, interesting on that. And I'm kind of suspicious of Tom Tisdale, why he's not going to go to the doctor. There's got to be some reason, especially after 31 years, that he wouldn't allow Sam to take care of him. And I love how, Cassie is all despondent about Grace, and we know she's going to appear. To be honest, although I'm glad to see her name in the cast, I think Hallmark shouldn't have done that, because then if she does appear, make it that much more of a surprise. We had that with an episode of Lucifer, which season 5B just came out on Friday the 28th of May, and they had a character return who was pretty beloved, and they didn't put her name in the opening credits because, of course, as soon as they do, you're going to be looking for that person. And so for the element of surprise, of course, they kept her name off. So, this thing with Bailey Madison, it's like you see the name, so you know she's going to appear in some form, but it's also kind of like, wouldn't it have been better for the element of surprise and just have her show up? Maybe, maybe not. But let's keep going.
Okay, it's swinging up and down.
Snips and snails and puppy dog's tails. You are definitely having a little boy.
Now wait. Now it's going side to side.
Oh, well, the pencil stands corrected. Sugar and spice and everything nice. That's what little girls are made of.
What a little Marian's made out of. Okay, who's ready for cupcakes and lemonade?
Oh, yes. This is the day of Cassie, so allow me to bring you treats.
Okay, so that was a little confusing because it sounded like a girl, but then when they said the name Tommy, I was like, okay, it was a boy, and the baby was wrapped in a blue blanket, even though it did have a pink hat, still blue blanket, but it's a girl named Tommy, which, names nowadays are pretty gender fluid, so, you have boys with girls' names, and then you have girls with boys' names, so, it doesn't matter. Look at Taylor, the firefighter. Taylor in the past has been a boy's name. It's a girl's name now. So Tommy, girl with a boy's name. No big deal. So the flirting, Stephanie flirting with the French teacher. Like I said, I don't think she's done with Adam. I think that something's going to happen and there's going to end up being a triangle. But let's keep going. Alright, so it was video chat for Bailey Madison, and they just had her on at the very, very end, which seems a little bit like a cheat, but still glad that we got to see her. And the fact that they did that means that we might see Grace again this season, hopefully later. And again, Nick. As I was saying earlier in the video, I hope that there will be a Halloween special and that we will get to see both Grace and Nick in it. Because again, if they film in the summer, both of them would probably be free. I believe both of them are off at college. I know Bailey Madison was, so it's nice that she was able to get a little cameo in there. But again, hopefully we will see Grace later in the season. So yeah, it looks like Adam, of course, is still going to struggle with trying to get Stephanie back and everything, and I think he probably will. I think he'll win over the French guy, but we'll see. And it'll be interesting to watch the progression with Joy and Taylor with the whole LGBT relationship. So, that part, of course, will come with time. And, if anyone has any problems with LGBT and, doesn't support it, that's your right, that's your opinion. We all have different opinions on this. But don't leave nasty comments in the section below. Just be chill. You have a right to disagree. And people have a right, of course, to disagree with your disagreement. So, again, if you do disagree, you don't like the Joy Taylor relationship, you don't like Hallmark jumping on the LGBT bandwagon, that's fine. You can make your comments. I will be monitoring comments. You can make your comments, and people, of course, can go ahead and comment back. But again, everyone, just be chill, all right? Just chillax. And if you don't have a problem with it, awesome. I'd love to hear your thoughts, you know? I'd love to hear your thoughts about Joy and Taylor getting into a relationship and whatnot. And Hallmark actually taking that step. I know that they did that last year for one of the Christmas movies. And I personally worked in a Hallmark store several years ago, and I knew that they had same-sex cards. They had same-sex cards for wedding, for anniversary. That was basically it. But, you know, I thought that was great. I wish that there had been more, but they did have it for wedding and anniversary. So it is nice to see Hallmark kind of embracing that a little bit. It looks like next week, of course, will be another great episode. Looks like Sam might injure his arm, which of course is not good when you're a doctor. So let me know your thoughts in the comments regarding anything with the episode. Did you want to see more of Bailey Madison? What are your thoughts with Stephanie, Adam, and the French guy? What about Martha and her husband not wanting to go to the doctor? You are welcome and encouraged to follow me on Instagram at the same name, Lazy Cat Reactions. If you like the video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more content. One note that I was talking here, since I mentioned Hallmark, next month, July, should be Ornament premiere, and they, of course, will be running Christmas movies. Yay! And so I hope to react to a few of them, and those will probably be over on my Patreon, so you can go ahead and subscribe there. Got different levels, so choose whatever level you're comfortable with. It's from $3 a month up to $25 a month. I do believe you can make a one-time donation as well, but Patreon allows for more content and other events and stuff like live chats, reacts to movies, etc. And that's where I'm planning on doing reacts to some Christmas movies, both for Christmas in July and at the holiday season. I am going to try and get some holiday films reacted to over there as well. And I might go ahead and post little previews here and everything for you to kind of wet your whistle. So I thank you so much for the third episode of Good Witch. I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye!